Well, I think there's a few new enablers that have made it possible. One of them, of course, is sort of gigahertz class processors, where we have a ton of computing power in chipsets today. And I think we're in a new wave of augmented reality. I think the first wave that most folks are probably familiar with is maybe pointing their device down the street, and I look for the closest Starbucks, and I see a Starbucks icon somewhere kind of close to Burger King. So it's just not too accurate. What we're doing is vision-based augmented reality. So we're actually using that camera to see what the device is seeing and recognize certain images or objects in the environment, and then we can place graphics directly on top. And it makes for a completely different effect that works for a broader set of applications.
Let's have a look.
So what we're going to show you here are actually some simple games that have been done with augmented reality. And we think gaming is a really interesting area. This one that I'm going to show you is actually a simple basketball game. So you might imagine this on the wall of your office at work, and it's really just an image of a basketball backboard. But what happens is when I point my device at it, I've got this game where I'm going to press play. You'll see, let me turn my basketball backboard right side up, and I now have a basketball hoop and scoreboard at the top. So here I can shoot baskets right against the hoop. So what's happened is I've turned the real world, I've turned that image into my actual game space. And now it stays fixed in place, and if you move over here this way a little, you can see I can actually come to a different angle and shoot off the board, and the basket stays in the same place. So this will work for gaming. We also see this as something really interesting for marketers. So instead of this being a picture of a basketball backboard, imagine that being product packaging or a cereal box sitting on the breakfast table at home. Augmented reality is a new form of interactive media that marketers can use to create these kinds of 3D experiences for consumers to get more product information, or even play some sort of game like I showed here.
Why is it possible now? What's special about the Qualcomm chipset that helps this work?
There's a couple things. One, the computer vision technology, we call them the algorithms, are new. So that's a new innovation. The other thing is just the sheer amount of computing power in the chipset. So clearing that 1 gigahertz threshold was very important for vision-based augmented reality. And of course, the more and more power we put in with additional cores and so on will also contribute to the experience.
Show us another one. And
yeah,
as you
sure.
just said, just explain, what is the camera seeing? What's the trick in, say, this picture here? What does it need to see to make the reference points work?
The camera is actually recognizing the entire image. And it doesn't store the entire image to do it. It actually memorizes a certain number of what we call natural features within this image. So to be recognizable, I actually have an image signature, which is comprised of a number of different points. Those points are stored on the device, and it's able to extract and then match those points to find that image. So what I'm going to show you now, Martin, this is actually a game called Paparazzi. And this happens to be the winner of the Qualcomm's Developer Challenge that we announced yesterday. And in Paparazzi, I'm actually a cameraman. I'm a paparazzi myself. And I'm going to see down here a very vain celebrity appear, drinking a cup of tea. You can see our little vain celebrity. And my objective is to take close-up pictures of him, for which I get awarded money. So I only got $10 there because I really did a poor job of getting him. And the problem is he's going to get angry as I do this, to the point where he's actually going to try and jump on my camera and break it. So I got another shot. There's $39. That was actually pretty good. Oh, here he comes. So you can see I've completely agitated this guy. He's now stuck on my phone, and I have to try and shake him off. And if I let him do this long enough, he'll actually put his feet up there too, and he will break the lens of my camera.